Michael Mechanical here, and today I'm giving you an update on how the body lift removal 2-inch removal kit is going. And I'm not bad wording, but I've just removed the 2-inch lift kit. There's only 4 of them here. I've lost 2 of them, but I'm honestly glad I've pulled these things out because these are quite dodgily manufactured. Whoever made these, look at that. That's what was in the car. And these were pretty good up until the point where I found out, hey, there's a problem, and well, some of these mounts were not even holding the cab down, and that's unsafe. Some of the body mounts are really badly stuffed and need to be replaced and require replacement, but unfortunately we can't do that. Here's one that is really bad because that's dead tight and I can still turn this rubber. That's a bad one. A good one will not spin on you when it's done up dead tight. This one here, I can't even turn it. That is a good one. This side's good, that one's bad. So I'm going to be getting a kit and replacing the factory body mounts, which is going to be very hard to find because I've struggled to find anything for it. But that's what's got to be done. If we don't do it, there is some safety compromise. It's compromised safety. If the cab moves, it's going to crash into the motor. If it goes that way, it's going to crash into the fans and smash up everything and do a lot more damage than good. There are reasons I'm actually doing this, besides just that. It's safety, it's paperwork, it's fixing a problem I had with the roof when I was a courier driver, where essentially now the roof is lower than here, because before it was up above this rack. So it was up here, and whenever anyone was putting stuff on the roof and like loading it on here, or had a protrusion coming out like a dog leg or something, it would slam into the roof and it did damage on the other side of the vehicle on the roof. And I didn't like that, but I couldn't help it at the time, so I ended up making my own racks. The racks that I'm currently using are still going to be reusable for this because the tray height hasn't changed and the front mounting point for where the rack goes at the front has not changed. The cab's just gotten lower. Those 3 mounting points have not changed. I just removed the rack to make a job easier. They're going to get kitted and fixed. But here's, where are you? I've probably painted over it. But there you go. Okay, there's your scuff marks there from when they had the dog leg on the roof. I don't know if you can see. There's one here. There's some over here. That was when it was scraping. It was just a dog leg and it was doing a lot of damage. Also, this side was really rusty. In progress rust treatment at the moment, and I've got the window down to let it breathe because you don't want to build up toxins in the car. I might do it to the driver's side as well because that's a good idea. And I've also turned off the center light so I don't waste power. Oh, it smells terrible in there. Oops. But the body lift kit has been essentially removed now. It's not in the car anymore. It's just someone pinch me light, or is it still over there, or is it still somewhere else? I don't know. Okay, I found it. I want to show you guys what a factory-less body kit looks like. So, there is no more lift in there. The tube that was there before, literally in this section here, where I'm pointing, it's completely white. Let me turn this down. So in here, there was a lift kit, and it raised the cab so much, it's gone. This now should align with this, which is a factory holding point for the rubbers. They won't flap around so much now. So bang, that's how much we've removed. We've removed the complete lift kit, and there is all this junk still in the way. That means I can go here and just, you know, tuck it all in, and then that's a nice rubber flap that suits this vehicle again, and there's no protrusions, no weirdness going on. It's literally the factory stock height again. Oh gosh, people don't like that I remove this a little bit, but I think there is nothing wrong with what I've done. I've done this for reasons, multiple reasons, and it doesn't make any of the jobs that I need to do to this later on actually any harder, other than if I remove the transmission. That's harder now. So the driveline's hard, and how often do you pull out the driveline? Not very often. It also might make work on the cab or on the motor a little bit difficult, but the chances of me losing some of these parts, I really wanted to use these. There it is. I've got to figure out how to get that one. Here we go. Here it goes. If I can get this on. Beautiful. So now, those rubbers are factory height. Everything's now nice and clamped down properly and securely, and it looks right. But I don't, that one's got load on it, so that one there, that one doesn't turn. So I haven't tried that on the other side, but that's just the weight of the cab. And when the cab rises and lowers, there's less load and up more load. Okay, I know why I got these out. So, and the bolts are only just long enough for the entire car to be done. So I'm actually rust treating this car at the moment, doing some fixing. I don't have to do much cutting and shutting because there's not enough material missing, but that's all rust treatment going on over here. And over here, this one, these two were both really, really bad. These ones have to be done. It smells bad in there. So essentially, I'm fixing the car now. There's more jobs to do. I've got to re-secure the steering arm in there. There's two bolts that, you know, have anchor points that's just clamp on the spline. I've got to re-clamp that. I've got to remount the radiator, which is going to be a fun job. And that's, like I said, it's going to be a fun job, not an easy job to do. Because, as we can see, I don't know if you can actually tell or not. Actually, I'm going to turn off the light, I don't need it now. But the radiator is actually free floating. There's a plank of wood in here, and that was to protect the radiator from damage. So let me see if I can quickly, you know, not lose the camera. Let's see if I can remove this now, because this fan's free floating. Okay. This out. Okay. There we go. She's out. We don't need that anymore. So that's out. And this now has to be remounted in the correct position in order for this to be safe on the road again. This has also got some compromised spots on it, but this is the right point for the radiator to be mounted. Yep. It's all getting better and better. But I don't know what's going to go right and what's going to go wrong with this kit change. Unfortunately, now I know a little bit more about this radiator mount and where it's bolted to, that I actually don't like where it's bolted to, because that uses nuts on this side and bolts on this side to the top of the radiator. And you know, I never had it mounted to the bottom because getting down there and accessing the holes and making holes was ridiculous with a motor in the engine bay, and I never did it before. I don't think I ever thought about it before. Didn't have a reason to. On what? I don't know what that powered again. Oh, that's what that powered. That's okay. I'm glad that everything's coming together, but I'm also glad this thing is up here now, because I didn't enjoy the cap where it was positioned before. It was horrible. This is also, this piece of crap hose here is actually leaking. So there's some fluid there. That's not good. That's probably where I'm losing some fluid. Oh. And that looks loose, and I have no idea what that means. Has something broke or bent, or is that just factory, or what does that even mean? I never unbolted these, so the reason they're like that, I have no idea. These washers are loose. Anything. There's got to be a reason. Okay. I don't know if I should worry about it or not, but that's like that. I can't do much about it at the moment. So I got more jobs to do. OKQA, that way. I have no idea why they have an OKQA sticker here and an arrow. I don't know what else to talk about other than the fact that the brake lines are all nice and smooth and mounted in there nice and neatly. It's got movement, it's got play. Everything's happier now. Fuel line's really, really loose now. Too loose, but whatever. The AC line has to be moved somewhere, or removed, or something with the AC line, because the cab has now been lowered, and its point that it was attached to that end of the AC line is now got nowhere to go. It's got nowhere to go at all. So that's a bit of a problem. So I'm actually going to check out how's this stuff. No, that stuff is. I would want that stuff to be at that crank pulley thing. I'm actually going to do this. I shouldn't be doing the Holomar again, but I'm gonna because it actually slowed down the leak a lot tremendously. So because the Holomar is like it is, this is my little trick that I've learnt. Holomar is an elastomer, so when it goes, it's done its thing and it's gone right, it's not necessarily a glue, it's more like a elastic sort of compound, and it actually works pretty well in this circumstance. So I'm essentially spraying my pump seal here. Hopefully I don't get too much anywhere else because I've got no tissues anymore, so that's a downside to what I'm doing now. Here we go, found tissues. I'm going to wipe it off the belt because I don't want to glue the belt up. There we go. I will leave that alone, I reckon, and hope that when I'm driving this again, that seals it, it's done, and hopefully there's nothing else to go right or wrong. I hope everything just goes right from here, because I haven't mounted up the bull bar yet, which I need to do. I also just realised why you need clearance between the bull bar and the body, because the bull bar is not mounted to the body, it's mounted to the chassis. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Good night. Michael Mechanical out. Even though that was bad, Michael Mechanical out.